game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday, and another opportunity on the way. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction. And a great start.
Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway. That's an absolute beauty.
All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's three distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. It's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest.
That's in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert. But I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag, and that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do.
Standing over his birdie putt. Nice, solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
Well, here we are at the fifth hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
And knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. And this is looking really good. Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, they've made it for an eagle. Wow.
Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 sixth?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favor, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, it doesn't sound as daunting. It's in!
He made an ace, Frank. Can you believe it? Wow.
Frank, the seventh is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is classy.
They have a chance of going in.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie.
Well, Frank, here at the par 5 eighth, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little off line, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. There it is, the eagle.
Frank, the par 4 ninth at 452 yards is all you want.
Yeah, you could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Wow, he moved that a long ways. right in the fairway.
Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 ninth.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Just misses. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left. There's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind the screen. So second shot, judging the distance, imperative here.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11th? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole a par 5 that you can't reach. You still play it as a three-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
This is an awkward length.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Clean this up with a tap. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. That's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longer second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. safely aboard. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been.
And now we're at the par 3 13th hole, 214 yards.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie.
Great, too.
Beautiful.
Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Should be safely on deck.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance.
Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
Yeah, I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those 2 bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards. So even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
Now the approach here at 15.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Good putt.
Par 5 16th is a slight dogleg left at 600 yards.
Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Just want to nestle this one down within a couple of feet. Wow, I thought he made that. That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And it drops for birdie.
Par 3 17th. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. So just a formality here. Did the job right there.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long, water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag manually 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Trying to make yet another birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. And let's go down to the first.
Starting to round the turn now. 72 holes, it's a lot of golf. Third round about to get underway.
Yeah, played well through the first 2 days. Very much in contention. But it's still a new day. Oh, beautiful swing. And the result is every bit as good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
Great start.
Teed up here at the second hole, Frank. This is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, that you'll see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Getting set now over the putt.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Nudge this one home, finish it up.
In for par. Moving to the third hole, to par 4 again. This one 471 yards. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Just a couple of feet.
Seems to really have the touch today.
First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card.
And this is looking really good. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, so many variables in any golf shot, but one of the most important, obviously, is club selection.
People often just blindly grab a club, right? They look at a yardage, they go, I'm going to hit the same club. But what about if you're uphill, downhill, end of the breeze, all those other things? And where's the flag?
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
TPC Stadium course has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
It really did.
What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Frank, the par 4 9th at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he has it for birdie. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Oh, this is hitting in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Stuffed that one in there just inside of 5 feet. Well done. Par attempt here.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. A little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side. So you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
I think this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Getting set now over the putt.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, but requires a better shot.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Bogey there, Frank, but really not a big deal as we look at the leaderboard. Now teeing off here at the par 3, 13th.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today.
Well read.
Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play till you finish the hole.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those 2 bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Got it for par. Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch.
Should be safely on deck.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good putt.
Par 3 17th. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years.
This one looks right on point. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Birdie try again here today. How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
Clean this up with a tap. Continuing to putt with confidence.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good effort and good par putt.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour.
Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge.
We're ready to go. Off to the first hole. Frank, this is where you want to be, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the challenge. This is the beauty of the game. Take your best golf against the rest. See who comes out on top.
Starting this final round with the lead.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Great start.
Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Getting set now over the putt. That shot falls for a birdie.
Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here. And if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Frank, this looks to be the kind of approach shot here at number 3 that a high-level professional would like to hit.
We don't see as many guys cut the ball as what we used to in the sort of Lee Trevino days. So really the modern-day player likes to hit the ball right to left, and this is a second shot that certainly suits that. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one, no easier than the one he's just hit. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. This one's looking good. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Has it. Good putt right there. Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
About this, Frank, you don't see this too often. He's setting up to take a shot from the cart path.
Different sort of drive.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Yeah, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So just a formality here.
Count it. That's a birdie. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
Yeah, it's called Amen. And whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
This would give him the par. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. We're at the seventh now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Frank, this is obviously a green light situation.
It is, because of the tee shot. A smart layup here gives you the chance to go straight at this flag.
Here's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot.
This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flagstick here, but looks as though it will find the green. Well, the bad news is he missed his target by quite a bit. The good news, he's still on the green. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down. Don't get too crazy. And now just to tap in left. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Frank, the 9th hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question. The best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th, what's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selection is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. This is a 9-footer. he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap.